Hey Christian, my name is Pascal Laliberté and I run a service called Sharpen.page. And I'm the one who responded to your post on Reddit on the side project subreddit. And I saw that you just answered me back. But basically I was telling you that your page, productlistings.app, is fine. Like, it's actually really good, and that you'll probably get a lot of feedback to say, well, you need to clean it up and you need to like change the font sizes and you need to do all these things that are aesthetic, more pleasing, and you'll get all kinds of feedback like that. And I just think that's all a distraction. And I'll explain to you why I think your page works great as is. The reason why is because I'm using an understanding of the buyer's like reactions when coming to the site. They won't all think the same way, but the likelihood that they'll be turned off by some aesthetics and things like that I'm thinking is quite low. And the reason why is because your product basically answers a struggle that is a no-brainer to have solved. And they will likely give a pass to the unstyled, let's say, nature of your site. They will forgive it because you deliver on the result, and you do it quite well with the page. So quick, and also, I'll just explain to you why the dynamics of the page in the mind of a visitor who is experiencing the struggle. And most people that are going to be reviewing your site are not experiencing the struggle, so they're not experiencing the page as a person who has a task to do would experience the page. So let's say you're in a position where you are coming to the site, and before coming to the site, there was a few events that took place that made them decide, okay, I'm going to do something about my problem. If they find you through search, or for example through a word of mouth or whatever. So I have here a tool that allows me to indicate, sort of like simulate what goes on in the mind of the buyer. These four forces. One is the struggle of the moment, which is what gets them off their chair and do something about their problem. It is enough of an annoyance in your case that they will decide to do something about it. But it's not just that they want something and that's a struggle, is that there's something else, and I'll explain to you what I think that is. The attraction brings them toward your solution, and it's basically fills in the, oh, I'm going to be able to do this with that. So these two forces at the top bring toward, I'm gonna say yes to this product listings app. And then there's the anxieties about the solutions, which puts the brakes on the willingness to try your thing. And the habits of the present are all the default things that they will fall back to, that they would say, I'll just XYZ, I'll just figure it out myself, etc. So these, at any given moment, when they go down the page, these forces grow and they change, and then they become attracted, and then they have anxieties building up, etc. So let's run through your site and see how that fares, okay? So first, I'm going to do a first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to talk a bit about the catalyst situation, the thing that starts it all for them. So I'm thinking like this. When I'm comparing my text-based eBay listing, so they're starting an eBay listing, or maybe they've done an eBay listing before that was mostly just text-based. When they're comparing that to other HTML listings that they see, which are nice and they're better looking, when they have that situation where they're comparing and they're saying, oh, wow, mine isn't that great, what they will do is that they will try to find a way to make HTML listings on eBay like the pros, like the other people. They're going to try to find a way to do that like you did, because you built this app. So I can make my listing seem more legitimate and trustworthy, and make more sales basically, and ensure I get a good price. So that is the context. That's what starts it, and that's a bit their ambition. That's the ambition. That's what starts it, and that's like their first steps as they start. And then, if that's their first steps, they might find your site. They might find how-tos that are free or something like that, and that may be fine for them. But for some other people, like, I don't want to do this every time I have something I want to sell on eBay, and I have got more than one, and you know, I have like a couple, maybe 3 or 4. You know, like I'm thinking I'll sell this, that, and something else. So okay, I fall on this site now. Modern product listings generator. I see a preview right there. Okay, that seems to fit the bill. Now, I'm not really sure if it fits the bill because maybe they're thinking of something different. But I see that there's a way to enter stuff, and there's a way to have an HTML looking thing on the right. Seems good to me, right? So they've got the struggle that's strong enough. I don't want to make this by myself, and this will allow me to do it, sure. And then clean, effective, trusted, time-saving. Those are words. And they're like, you know, a salesperson will say these words. And so they're not, they're boxes. They're obviously not buttons. They're just like whatever. And so the fact that these are styled this way, nobody's going to care. Create professional-looking product listings in minutes. That sounds like exactly what I want. And they will see how it works. Okay. So they might click here. They might say, save time, confidence. Okay, now they're not really sure that they can scroll. So that's one thing. My screen is like this. Maybe their screen is going to be like this. But no matter. I mean, see how it works. It's fine by me. Launching soon. They might even skip this part entirely, but it doesn't matter because see how it works. Don't waste time creating HTML templates. We take care of the HTML. Okay. How it works, choose a template. Okay. That sounds great. Now at this point here, I'm like, where do I go now? This is a bit one of the things. But overall, the attraction is building up. I don't have anything in my head that's asking any questions. I don't have any thought bubbles appearing over my head saying, what about this, what about that? So far. A quick demo. Okay. Yeah, see, this is exactly what I want. Oh, additional fields, brand compatibility, material. Maybe those fields are going to be at the top or at the bottom. Can I click this? No. Small thing. Launching soon, improve your eBay sales. Okay. So far, so good. I mean, the only thing is this free? And so I scroll down a little bit more, and maybe it'll be more evident that you can scroll somehow. That's the only thing. Maybe reduce some of that margin. Pricing. Professional, no hidden fees. So no hidden fees. Yeah, that's great. I know he's a salesman putting this page together. It's a salesman-y page. But the words are basically very trustworthy. No frills, no hidden fees. Pay once a year. I like that. I've got 4 or 5 things, maybe 6 that I'll be maybe selling in the next year. Yeah, that's good enough. $15 a year, sure. And so normally the price is like an anxiety, like, oh, it's too much, or maybe too low a price sometimes raises anxieties. But, or maybe, for example, I have to pick a template is too much choice, that may create anxieties, or maybe the templates are not going to be the ones for me. All I need is something simple, and I'm not seeing any choices that I have to make here, so my anxiety is actually quite low. But the habits of the present, the I'll just sort of like statements, the I'll just do this or I'll just do that, those things that people revert back to are always very strong. They have to beat they have to be beaten by a strong struggle bringing them to the page and a strong attraction and basically no anxiety. So your page already does that, but the habits are always something big. And their habits are going to be, I'll just figure it out myself, or I'll just try to find a way to do it for free. But now it's like, there's a new struggle. It's like, if I spend too much time on this, it's going to end up costing me money. So that so then that competes with my time is worth so much. I don't want to do this. So the habits are now decreasing. The struggle is now different because the struggle is no more. I don't want to look professional. Is I want to look professional without spending too much time on it. Okay. Now, the problem here is that maybe what I would do is I would put launching soon at the bottom because they can't do anything about it right now. So that raises the anxiety, is that, oh, it's not available right now. I need something right now. And so they might leave. So maybe if you talked about how soon it will launch, you know, or maybe you could say, well, launching soon, but if you put your email address here, I'll send you an email right back today, and maybe I can help you somehow. Anyway, like you could just basically have a word like that would say, put in your email address here. I'll email you back so you can send me whatever, and I'll invite you to, and maybe I can help out in the meantime before its launch, basically. Okay. So that would reduce the anxiety here. But overall, see how the arrows at the top are stronger than the arrows at the bottom. So I think if you attract people on your site that are experiencing the struggle that you're going to be helping, I think this page works fine. So congrats, basically. I hope that works. I hope that's useful. And if for those other people that are watching, if you're, I may be making more of these videos. I can be making videos like that of your own, to review one of your own pages, and I'm thinking of doing private reviews of pages like that, teardowns, and helping rewrite pages. I'm thinking of doing that too, and maybe putting together a place with some deeper videos that could be accessed for a fee or something like that. So I'm thinking of doing that. Anyways, hope it was useful. See ya.